Well, welcome everybody. Stephen Sitkowski here. This is my market minute. So I try to take a look at all of the events that are kind of moving the markets, summarize them for you in 2 to 3 minutes so that you don't have to spend your day sitting there watching financial news. So I do that, sort of dissect it, and then share with you just some general thoughts. There's one. It's called a recording. Anyway, glad to have you with. It is June the 2nd. Can you believe we're already into June? Craziness. Um, just as quick note, everything that we do here is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as investment advice, albeit I might comment from time to time on individual stocks. So, what is driving the market? Markets opened flat. They've gravitated up just a little bit. Be interesting to see if it holds on to those gains. There's not a whole lot of catalyst out there right now. There's nothing really pushing stocks either higher or lower at the moment. Reportedly, Iran has stopped talking with the U.S. Trump made a comment that he didn't care, which I thought was kind of an interesting comment. I care. I'm guessing you care. I'm thinking people in the military, they care. You go to the gas pumps, you're going to care then. So hopefully we get some resolution, and that just may be posturing on his side. But, a few days ago, basically it was a done deal. We extended the ceasefire. Oil prices came down. Everybody's singing Kumbaya and holding hands. And all of a sudden, in one day, that's off the table. But that's kind of been the way the reporting has been on this war since the beginning, right? It was going to be a very short-lived thing, and yeah, not so much. Nvidia announced a new super chip for PCs, and their stock has been going up. And as somebody who's fairly heavily invested in Nvidia, that's kind of good news. I've been pounding the drums on Nvidia for years now. They are the gateway to all things AI. And if you don't have Nvidia in your portfolio, that's a big whiff on your part. Now that the stocks run, depending on what your risk appetite is, you might want to wait for a little pullback, assuming we get one. And by the way, Nvidia has definitely had pullbacks, and I've typically used that as an opportunity to increase the number of shares in my account. Oil prices are down to 91.79. Let me see if there's any change that's happened since I looked at this earlier this morning. I always like to give you as close to current as I possibly can. Oil prices, yeah, now they're 91.60. Uh, and the 10-year Treasury has dropped slightly to 4.449. So as I've pointed out, there's kind of three key levels given where we are in the interest rate climate. 4%, anything below 4%, stock market's going to be singing, the hallelujah chorus. When we go above 4.5, which we were temporarily, and we had three consecutive down days in the market, the market grumbles a little bit. Above 5% would be a problem. I would expect the market to pull back 10% if that happened. So far, we've avoided that. So, we did have interest rates hanging around 4% until oil shot up to $100 a barrel. So let's take a look at the charts because everything is in the charts. So this is the S&P 500. It is an absolute thing of beauty. Ever since the first ceasefire announcement, and even though the ceasefire didn't stick, they were firing missiles the next day. But I think just on the anticipation that things might calm down in the Middle East. The market's just done that. So we're definitely in a bullish market. You can see the slope of the 50-day moving average. That's the yellow line. It is headed up. We are a fair distance from that 50-day moving average. Anytime a stock or an index gets too far away, it will tend to revert back. But for right now, everything looks great. But I'm going to tell you something. One announcement could either shoot this higher or lower, depending on what that announcement is relative to Iran. The VIX, which is the volatility index of the S&P, is down at 16. Translation, there's a pretty good sense of calm and confidence in the market right now. So it's not always this way, but we'll take it. So there you have it, my friends. That is the market minute. And I will post one of these most every day during the trading week. So happy to be with you. Be safe, be blessed. Bye.